Good afternoon, students. So in previous session we have already completed how to draw the line segment with the help of ruler, compasses. Then we have seen how to draw the perpendicular of given line segment when the point is on the same line segment and the point which is not on the same line segment, and how we can draw the perpendicular for that line segment, that we have already seen in previous videos. Now we discuss the perpendicular bisector of a line segment. So before we start, let's understand the concept of bisector. What do you mean by bisector? Bisector means if you draw a line or cut the line, suppose you have line segment and if you cut this line, this is also a perpendicular line, but we cannot say that this is a bisector. We can draw like this line segment which is perpendicular to this line L, but we cannot say this is a perpendicular bisector. Bisector means suppose you have a line segment of 10 cm and you draw the perpendicular such a way that it divides the whole line segment into two equal parts, that is 5 cm here, 5 cm here. So this is perpendicular line segment as well as it is a perpendicular bisector of this line segment L. Got the concept? Bisector means whatever perpendicular line you are drawing that intersect this line in such a way that it divides the whole line segment into two equal parts. Such perpendicular is known as perpendicular bisector. Bisector means to divide line segment into two equal parts. This is also a perpendicular, this is also a perpendicular, but they are not bisector because they do not bisect, they do not divide this line segment into two equal parts. So this is the concept of bisector. Now, how to construct bisector, perpendicular bisector? Let's see. So for that, steps are given in your textbook. I am just reading the steps, then we see the construction. Draw line segment AB of any length. Not necessary which length you want to take. For of any length you can draw the line segment AB. Your next step is with A as a center, using compasses draw a circle. The radius of your circle should be more than half the length of AB. Suppose your length of AB is 10 cm, so more than half you have to take the radius. Maybe it's 7 cm, maybe it's 6 cm. Not exactly the same half length you can take. You have to take the length more than half of the length AB. And you have to draw the circle in such a way that A is your center. Okay. Next step is now you will not change that radius and keep your pointer now on B and draw the circle which cut the previous circle into pure circle at C and D. Let's see how to do the construction. Then what you have to do, you have to join the C and D. You will get the line segment CD which cuts AB in such a way that AB, you are getting the two equal parts of AB through CD. So let's see. So first we draw a line segment of any measurement like this. Name it as AB. This is your first step. Then what we have to do? We have to take A as a point and more than half of AB we draw the circle. Okay, this measurement is more than half and you can draw the circle. Keep a point and draw the circle. circle, we just cut this. Okay, so what happened? We are getting two intersecting points C and D. Now what we will do? We just join C and D. So what we are getting? CD is the exactly perpendicular of AB, which divides the line segment AB into two equal parts. If you don't want to draw the full circle, doesn't matter, you can just only draw an arc. Okay, half circle also you can draw, no need to draw this full circle. Then also is it okay? You can find the perpendicular bisector. So this way we can draw the perpendicular bisector of a given line segment. Now we will see exercise 14.5. Let's see. Now see exercise 14.5. The question is, draw a line segment AB of length 7.3 cm and find its axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry means you have to find the bisector. Okay, bisector of the given line segment AB. Means symmetry means if you divide that line segment from middle, you are getting the same parts on both the sides. So that is axis of symmetry, as well as we can say that is the bisector. So first we draw the line segment of AB of length 7.3 cm. So let's see. Here is your 7, and after 7 you have to take 3 division, that is your 7.3. So this is line segment AB of length 7.3 cm. Now we want to draw the axis of symmetry, or you can say bisector. So what we can do? Keep your pointer on A, take the measurement more than half of line segment AB. Draw an arc, no need to draw the full circle, just draw an arc above and below. Without changing this radius, again we keep the pointer on B and draw an arc. No need to draw the full circle. So that what happens, we are getting two arcs intersecting at this point. Name it as C, and here name it as D. If you draw the full circle, we are getting the intersecting point C over here, and here also intersecting point D. Rather than we do not draw the whole circle, just part of circle, that is arc we are drawing above and below the line segment AB. Now what we will do? We join the points C and D. So what is this CD you are getting? So CD is the axis of symmetry. For line segment AB. So this is the first answer, first construction. Okay. Now see the second question. The question is, draw a line segment of length 9.5 cm and construct its perpendicular bisector. So what we will do first, we draw the line segment of length 9.3 with the help of ruler, 9.5, and with the help of compasses we can draw the bisector of that perpendicular bisector of that line. So question number 2, try to do by yourself. Okay, same construction you have to draw, but the length of the line segment which is given, that is 9.5 cm, you have to take. Now see the third question. Draw the perpendicular bisector of XY whose length is 10.3 cm. Okay, your first part is, take any point P on the bisector drawn, examine whether Px is equal to Py, and the next is, if M is the midpoint of XY, what can you say about the lengths Mx and xy. So we see the question number 3 now. Okay. Now see question number 3. Students, you have to write the steps of construction so that you can remember how to draw the constructions. Okay. So here first what we have to do, we draw the line segment xy of length 10.3. So let's see. So here is your 10. 10.3 means 10 plus 3 division that we have to consider. So this is your xy of length 10.3 centimeter. Now we have to draw the perpendicular bisector. Okay. So take radius more than half, draw an arc above and below. Same we draw from y above and below. So what happened? We are getting the one intersecting point of, just because of this arc, name it as C, D, and we join this. Okay. So you are getting one point over here, name it as P. Now what we have to do, the construction is completed. CD is your perpendicular bisector of xy. Now what is the first part? Take any point P on the bisector drawn. We have taken. Now examine whether Px is equal to Py. So what we have to do? This time we have to use divider. We will not use ruler, we will not measure any length, we just take the help of divider. What we can do? Just keep your point over here on x and on y. Okay. This will be exactly coincide over here. So what we can say? The distance xp and py both are equal. So what we can say, Px is equal to Py. Okay, with the help of divider we have to measure the length. We will not use ruler. So this is your first answer. Now what is the second part? If M is the midpoint of xy, suppose in place of P, if we have M as a midpoint, midpoint means M is the midpoint means M divides, wherever you are keeping M, this xm is equal to my. It divides the whole line segment into two equal parts. Midpoint means exactly that point is in the middle of the xy. So what we can say? For mx is equal to my. Mx is equal to my. Both the lines are equal. Mx and xy. So xy is equal to what? Xy is equal to mx plus my. The whole length is equal to what? First part, that is xm, plus second part, that is yn. But we know that mx is equal to my. So what we can write? In place of my, we can again write mx. So what is our answer? 2 times line segment mx. Okay, so this is what we can say, for xy is equal to 2 times mx. So this is the relationship when m is the midpoint of xy. So this way we can solve question number 3. Okay, now we move on to the next question. We will see this question in the next video. Thank you.